Pleasant morning, students. Welcome to the online class Social Science, Grade 8, Sociology, Chapter 2, Culture, page number 142. Okay, so today we are going to learn about the meaning and nature of culture, features of culture, relationship between society and culture, and importance of cultural rituals and diversity. Now let us understand. In the first chapter, we have understood about the introduction of the sociology, but in this chapter, we are going to study about culture. Okay. So now let us understand about the meaning of culture in the introduction. You know that human being is a social being, but also a cultural being. It means culture and society are the two faces of the same coin. So, culture and society, when it is two faces of the same coin, human being also is social, religious, political, and economical and spiritual aspects if we take. So, that will be decided by the culture. And we can also understand culture is considered as the main aspect of social change. Now, culture also indicates the progress in the lifestyle, music, literature, art, science, technology, and given by human society. And of course, culture is also used in specific sense of sociology and anthropology. Here, what we can understand, culture is used in specific sense of sociology and anthropology. It is which also studies about the human behavior. And culture means transfer of a knowledge, experience, belief, value, behavior. So, how culture transfer the knowledge, experience, belief, value, behavior, relationship from one generation to another generation. So, in the introduction, they also told that culture means a life pattern of a group of people. It contains the life symbols along with beliefs and values. So, like that, we can understand about the culture through the introduction. Now, let us understand what is the meaning of culture. The word culture is derived from the Latin word colere. It means colere means cultivate or tend in Latin. Okay, what happened during the medieval culture was in the now 18th and 19th century. So where the agriculture was improved, that was during the medieval period. Culture was in the form of agriculture. So how the civilization started when the even the human behavior also changed from one generation gap to another generation gap, and also which indicates the human behavioral patterns. Now let us understand the definition of the culture. Sorry. According to E.B. Taylor, culture is the complex whole. It includes knowledge, belief, art, rules and regulations, traditions, and any other capabilities earned by the human being as a member of the society. So E.B. Taylor says that culture is that complex. It contains all things. That's why it is. We can say that it is complex. It may be knowledge, belief, art, rules and regulations, everything. And according to Malinowski says that it is the tool created by human being to design his aims of his life is called culture. So we can say that it is the tool. It means when human being is living in the society, in order to lead his life, he has designed his a lifestyle. So that is called culture. Now let us understand about the culture, types of culture. Culture divided into two important types. One is material and non-material culture. What material? Material culture includes all those physical objects such as visible through our eyes, that is all the tools used by human beings. Non-material culture means which includes the ideas, thoughts, belief, and values. So, in order to explain these unique features of the culture, Ogburn, Ogburn divides culture into material and non-material culture. He says that both are human made, but one is material, another one is a non-material. What is material? So, in order to satisfy his needs, human being has built dam, and they have invented some machines. So, okay, they have built building, bridges, road. Okay, so this is called human made culture, or we can say that it is a it is called material and non-material culture, and but both are same only. Both are made by human only. And what is non-material culture? It means human achievements, traditions, belief, thoughts, ritual, customs, moral values, ideas, literature. This all comes under non-material culture. Okay, these are the two important types of culture. Now let us understand what are the features of this culture. First, they say that culture is abstract. So, what is abstract means we can't see the changes in the society. So, culture changes from one generation to another generation, but we can't see that changes immediately. So, that's why we can say that culture is abstract, it is not visible. And second point, culture is social. Since human being is living in the society, culture is not belongs to one person. It is not personal. So it is all, this culture belongs to all the community where there is a sharing, caring, lifestyle, food, dress, rituals, all the living thing will be included in the cultural. That's why we can say that culture is social, and culture is learned. So culture doesn't come by birth, okay, or it is made by the either made by the nature. No, it means, so it is actually formed because of the interactions with the various members of living in the society. It may be behavior, thought, knowledge, okay, discussion. Okay, this will come because of the learning. That's why we can say that culture is learned. And next we can say culture means coexistence. Culture means it's not one person individually sharing his ideas and not with others. No. Culture provides opportunity to each and every individual person in the society so that they can share their opportunities, at the same time values, belief, knowledge. So it will be there until the existence of human being. And culture is continuous. Every culture will be growing. New aspects, thought will come to the mind, imagination, rules and regulations will change in the society. Okay, and that's why we can say that culture is continuous. It never stop, and culture is diverse. So we cannot see same culture in the no everywhere. Okay, in the society when we are living, we can see the different cultural people where they follow their own dress habit, their dress habit or clothing, okay, way of dance or food habit. This will be differs from one cultural group to another cultural group. Okay, we can say that the food habit of tribal society is entirely different than the people those who are living in other society, and these are the different aspects or features of a culture. Now let us understand about the importance of culture. Okay, how the culture is very very important. Okay, culture is treasure of knowledge. It means it provides knowledge and needed for social as well as physical existence of human being. And culture explains situations. Culture explains situations, a particular period of time. The studies of culture reveal how human being, how human was formed from one stage to another stage through evolution. Okay, and how man started to use in the caves. Okay, and architecture, how the temples were built. Then great examples also we can say some of the important historical place. Badami, Haivole and Pattadakallu we can see that way how now we can understand the progress of human society. And also culture defines values. Culture is the tool of values, attitude, behavior, okay, and also it also give respect to the rights, okay, human rights as well as fundamental rights. How it also creates values, good values in the society, some of through some of the process. So that's why we can say that culture define values. Everyone should respect the culture of their own. And culture explains behavior models. Culture provides the aims to achieve human society. That's what I told you in the beginning itself. Culture and society are the two faces of the same coin. Okay, so without society, culture doesn't come. Without culture, there will not be any society. There is no society without culture. In case if they go beyond that, so there will be punishment. Behavior against the society, there will be punishment will be given. At the same time, there are some teachers, elders. Whenever their undesirable behavior happens, the children will be great examples of this process. And what is the relationship between society and culture? Very important. So the society and culture are based on the evaluation of human society. At the same time, we can say that they will be existent. And culture and society are the two faces of the same coin, where the social world of human being consists of various society with numerous human relationship. Culture and society are the two faces of the same coin. Culture makes human beings different from other animals. So because human being is living in the society but not in the forest, social controls in the society is based on the main cultural aspects. And at the same time, the society controls or the social controls define the human behavior, individual in society as well as everywhere, or in some of the institutions, or we can say that example, our interactions with elders should be respectful. Okay, so it is culturally oriented. Okay, and where how to respect the elders, how to behave in the society, and how to follow the rules and regulations which was guided by the government, or it is not only in the society but at the same time the it also in the throughout the country. Okay, so that's why we can say that society also is one of the unit, okay, of the behavior and culture we can say. And next we can see what are the importance and significance of this cultural rituals and diversity. Today we have in our country so many cultural people, so many, many people follow different religion. Okay, so they follow different ritual every day. They have a lot of discussion. Okay, and at the same time, the people celebrate some of the fair. Okay, and fair is the most important cultural rituals. Rural society, especially in India, A fair is not only a religious expression but also a function as a temporary market for the neighboring villages. It means it provides temporary market for the villages also, not only for the fair, celebrating about the religious aspect. Okay, and also it provide market to the neighboring people, where many people bring agricultural products and sell there. And people participate in the fairs irrespective of their caste, creed, and language. This fair is open for different people. It is not only for the same language people, or it is only one cultural group of people. It is open for every people of the society. Next, we can also see the group of people who participate in this phase belong to different language and custom, and they may appear differ. I mean, they differ from their language, differ from their physical appearances, and similarly, during Republic Day celebrations will be there. Some of the national festivals when they provide, so where the students will conduct tableaus. So these tableaus depicting various aspects of the Indian culture, and the especially in northern Karnataka, tableau displaying the rural Rajasthan. Every Republic Day celebration, it will become showcase of our unit in diversity. And language, if we take language also is a great example for the cultural expression, where children growing in the social environment, the people learn multi languages. Okay, more than 2 or 3 languages. Okay, and this learning not only involves that languages, but also it includes the culture of that language. Thus, it go beyond the narrow jacket of a religion or caste. Okay, another simple example is that various laborers working together in a factory setup, and also children growing up in multicultural social setup to learn mark festivals and other rituals. And also the different culture of people are now studying in the different, I mean, in the same university. Okay, so these are about the importance and significance of the cultural diversity. So that's why we can say that culture, it is very important to learn, to know about the culture. So culture is one of the important aspect. Our culture is very important. Culture has its own features. So that's why we should respect all the culture of the people. So that is all our duty, to respect our own culture and traditions. Thank you.